all my college football fanatics out there, welcome to another segment of the Buckeye Vinny YouTube channel sports show. My friends, I called from the beginning of the 2023 college football season what a wild and crazy ride it is going to be, and what an exciting season in college football for 2023. And my friends, you know, when you stop and look at it, just 1 week ago, the top three in college football rankings looked this way. Just a week ago. Buckeyes 1, Georgia 2, Michigan 3. Within 1 week, heading into play, coming up, the new poll looks this way. Georgia 1, Buckeyes 2, Michigan staying at number 3. So my friends, what a wild and wacky ride it has been, with teams jumping teams, and just what a phenomenal and exciting season that it has definitely shaped up to, without a doubt. And when you look at this, I mentioned a few videos ago about the Georgia Dawgs and them needing some signature victories to move into that number 1 ranking again. Well, sure enough, Georgia did live up to all their hype, and they did get a few signature victories so far. Now, would I consider the 51-13 butt whooping on Kentucky a signature victory? Well, Kentucky's not a bad team, okay? Kentucky is 6-4, but the way they manhandled Kentucky spoke volumes for me. I know in the beginning of the season, everybody was saying how the Florida Gators might knock off the mighty Georgia Dawgs in Jacksonville, and not the case. Georgia, living up to all their standards, buried the Florida Gators 43-20. Then we were saying about the Missouri Tigers. Tigers at the time coming in to Sanford Stadium, Georgia, only had 1 loss on the year. Missouri did. And Missouri was all hyped up, and, you know, this was a Missouri team that was averaging 37 points a game, 38 points a game. And here the Dogs prevailed in that game, 30-21. On came Ole Miss. Ole Miss came into this game with only 1 loss. An Ole Miss team that averaged 39 points a game coming in to this game last week against Georgia. And Georgia, like always, did what they needed to do and just put a good old-fashioned ass whooping on Ole Miss, 52-17. So my friends, those games I just mentioned, without a doubt, were some signature victories for Georgia. And I do believe that was the big reason why they jumped Georgia back into the number 1 spot in college football. Now, you stop and look at it, college football committee is all about resumes, okay? What were the good teams that were beaten, okay? So the Buckeyes did everything that the committee asked for them to do. And here's what I mean. The Buckeyes were asked, if you want to be ranked in the top 3, you better go into South Bend and defeat the Irish, a very tough place to play. The Buckeyes did just that with first-year quarterback, okay, Kyle McCord. First-year quarterback, mind you. Now, believe me, the Buckeyes did not look great in that game, but McCord made the plays that he needed to make to pull off that win against Notre Dame. The committee asked Ohio State to continue and beat another top 10 ranked team, and that was Penn State. Penn State coming in against the Buckeyes at that time, undefeated. And what happened? Penn State got beat in the shoe 20-12. Now, this was a very good defensive matchup. I thought Penn State's defense played well, but once again, their offense could not move the ball, and the Buckeyes did prevail 20-12. So I just named two games that the Buckeyes successfully defeated a very good Notre Dame team, now 7-3, and a good Penn State team, then undefeated, but now 8-2. So, my friends, when you break it down, okay, when you break this all down, this is, quite the season. And when you stop and look, should the Buckeyes be one? Why did the Buckeyes get jumped by Georgia? I have no problem with them moving, the College Football Committee moving Georgia back to number one. I have no problem with this. I really don't. And then the big hype was, well, can the Buckeyes blow out a not even average team? They're having issues at East Lansing big time. Michigan State. Let's be honest, Spartan fans, Michigan State is not good. They're having coaching issues. They're having player issues. So without a doubt, the Buckeyes lived up to it. And like always, that Buckeye physical defense pounded on the Spartans, only held Michigan State to just 3 points. And once again, Kyle McCord played a very good game, throwing 3 touchdowns in that game. And the Buckeyes went on to win 38-3. So you might say, well, why did they move the Buckeyes, who was just last week ranked number 1 and Georgia 2? Why did they move the Dawgs back to 1 and the Buckeyes to 2? Well, let's be honest. The SEC is probably the best conference. Not probably. They are the best conference in college football. So when you're the Dawgs and you knock off the Missouri Tigers, and then you got to come back and knock off Ole Miss, which they did in a rout. And now Georgia has Tennessee coming up in Tennessee. And I mentioned they put a butt whipping to Kentucky, a decent Kentucky team, 51-13. So, my friends, when you factor all of that in, okay, yes, I do believe the Dawgs deserve to be back up in that number 1 ranking, okay? It's not as if the Dawgs barely beat the Ole Miss Rebels on a last-second field goal. Not the case. Okay, not the case at all. It's not like, same scenario, that the Dawgs beat Missouri Tigers on a last-second field goal. No, okay, not at all. And we're talking about 2 SEC teams, okay? Missouri, a very good offense. Ole Miss, actually a better offense than Missouri. And that Georgia Dawgs physical defense held them both in check. And so, without a doubt, yes, I do believe Kirby Smart and the Georgia Dawgs deserve to be number 1. Now, do I think the Buckeyes should be moved to 3 or what have you that a lot of the Michigan Wolverines fans are complaining about? No. They got this perfect. Dawgs 1, Buckeyes 2, and Michigan 3. And you might say, why Michigan 3? Because Michigan hasn't played anybody. They played 1 team. And that was Penn State, okay? And you see what happened there. Yes, Michigan won 24-15. Penn State should have beaten Michigan if it wasn't a few bonehead decisions by James Franklin. I do believe Penn State, with that very good defense, would have been able to find a way to win that game. But when you have James Franklin, sometimes not knowing what's going on, okay, that's what happens right there. So that game, I honestly point the finger at coaching what lost that game. I truly do. But nonetheless, my friends, do I believe that the College Football Committee got this right? Yes, I do. And do I believe that the Georgia Dawgs deserve to be back to number 1? I have no problem with that. Yes, I do. Okay? We're talking about a team with a 27-game win streak. We're talking about a Georgia Dawgs team that has won back-to-back national college football titles. You bet your butt they deserve to be back to number one. No doubt about it. But, like I said, without a doubt, the Buckeyes are definitely a strong number two, which the committee did get it right. My friends, if you are new to my channel, please by all means, Buckeye Vinny here welcomes you. Please by all means, smash the subscribe button. If you like this video, please click on the like button. And like always, please comment down below. Please share this video. Please share my channel. Buckeye Vinny here appreciates all my good friends out there, my good subscribers. Thank you so much for commenting. You all know who you are. And I truly, truly appreciate all my sports content that my friends out there love to watch my channel. Like always, peace out. God bless. That's all Buckeye Vinny has for today. I am out of here.